through the motions, but never knowing love. I put a call into commitment, but no one's picking up on. Then alone came you, everything that I need, yeah.
Yes, it's that time, all the way live with the Byrds. I am one half of your dynamic duo. I go by the name of Dr. James Byrd. Happy to be here today as usual. And as always, along my side, she goes by the name of
Dr. Angel Byrd.
And together we are the Byrds. And we are happy to be with you live. Yes, live on the air, all the way live with the Byrds, here to talk about our favorite topic, marriage and the family. And we hope you are excited about marriage and family just as we are. Today, we got a great show planned for you today, so I want you to buckle up, tune in. If you have some friends or co-workers, family members, other members of your congregation, people in your neighborhood, give them a text, hit them up on social media, let them know. Reminder, it's time to listen all the way live with the Byrds. We're going to be talking about 10 marital hardships and how to overcome them. So this is something that's going to be able to help every marriage out there today. So I want to make sure you tune in and tell someone else to tune in as well today. With that said, we're going to start the show as we always do with our welcome by Wonder Woman herself, Dr. Angel Byrd.
I believe that it is really too cold for me to do a welcome.
It's not cold everywhere.
But here in Kansas City, it is freezing. But all over the world, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in to be a blessing to your own marriage, to receive information that will bless you, for you to go to the next level. I ask that you not just listen for yourself, but you call a friend, another married couple, so they can be just as blessed as you to be able to receive all the information that you need to receive that will help your marriage flourish. So we thank you for tuning in today.
All right, wonderful job as always. Are you excited about being back live on the air today?
I am.
All right, I am too. We have been keeping very busy.
That's an understatement.
And you know, it's interesting. I always kind of ponder when I say we've been keeping very busy, because you know, we're doing what God has called us to do. And so in that you want to be busy. But it's almost kind of like a doctor. When a doctor's busy, that means what? A lot of people are sick.
That's good.
So it's, you know,
yeah,
it's
it's
good and bad to it.
Good
So
and bad.
when we're busy, and you know, we're busy doing what God has called us to do, but because we're busy, that means a lot of people's marriages are sick.
Yeah, more than I ever imagined in my whole life, that I ever thought that I would see in my lifetime I don't want to say at the close of history, but I've never seen or experienced anything like what I am seeing today in my lifetime. And I'm not even halfway done with my life.
I mean, it's like the onslaught of the enemy is turned up.
Yeah, everybody's running around say turn up. You better be turned up on Jesus' team, because if you not, you're going to get turned out.
Yeah, I mean, anything and everything that can happen to expose your marriage of trouble, of the flaws in your marriage, I mean, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening. And, I mean, there's just no way around it. I mean, it can be done. I mean, people, it literally can be done. And, I can't say this enough. Sometimes I think when people listen to us or they see us, you know, they may think that we're some type of exception. You know, oh, well, y'all the Byrds. Y'all probably were meant to be together. You know, y'all each other's soulmates. You know, and, you know, all that sounds great. But, I mean, we have to work.
Yes, just like anybody else.
Like anyone else to have a flourishing marriage. As a matter of fact, I believe sometimes we have to work more than a lot of other couples, you know, because there's a lot of differences in us that if we weren't following Jesus and weren't focusing on having a great marriage and a great relationship, could easily divide us.
Yeah, and then we have to also work harder, because we're blessing someone's marriage every single day, and we are like hated by the enemy. And so we ask the people who genuinely love us and really receive from us that you would pray for us, because the enemy wants us to be silent. And that's not going to happen.
Nope. And you know what? He hates us, but I hate him too.
Yeah.
So, right back at you.
Yeah.
And thank God that we're not afraid of him. We got greater is he that's in us and he that's in the world. And no matter what he tries to bring our way, no weapon formed against us is going to prosper. And hopefully you're saying the same thing out there concerning your marriage. And I hope that your marriage is being a light to other couples. Yeah, we may have a platform, because of the calling and because of the ministry that we've launched, and so we may have a calling, a platform to reach more people. But if you are married and you are a believer, then you have a platform as well, whether it's your job, your neighborhood, your family members, people in your congregation, wherever you go. There's an opportunity to let your light shine, to allow people to see your marriage and see a difference in your marriage than all the other marriages out there. I know, a lot of people today, they're moved by money and things. They want to see people dressed nice and driving nice cars and living in big houses, and they say, ooh-wee, how they get that, how they get that. But another thing that's just as precious as all those things that a lot of people that even have money will look at and see is, how do you get a relationship like that?
Yeah. Because people have figured it out now that the big house and the big cars and all of those things don't keep people married. And you can buy your wife or your husband whatever your money can buy, and it still cannot be enough without the presence and the power of God. It will not work. And so the moment that people want their marriage to work, they will add God in there full time.
And that's an amazing point you make. Because if you think about it, and I know some people, they maybe have never reached a certain monetary level, that they desire. Mm-hmm. So they may think that, if I had it, we wouldn't have these problems. But, we know a lot of people that have reached great heights. And you do too, if you just pay attention to the world and what's going on in our country. A lot of people have fame, have money, have notoriety, have a lot of things. But I think that a gem, a precious marriage, it's almost, in today's time, it's almost like a rarity, a rare jewel. It's hard for a lot of people to grasp a hold of.
Yeah, some people have just accepted that there's no such thing as a good marriage. And so they just settle for less.
Wow. That's a great point. There's people that are without a great marriage and without a great amount of monetary success. And when they look at the two, they will literally say, I don't think there's any chance of me having a great marriage, but I'm going to reach out for great monetary success.
Yeah.
I'm about all the how-to books, the self-help books. I'm going to, pay attention to the gurus and listen to the latest 7 strategies and 7 steps, on how to achieve millions and multi-millions. But if you would just put half that effort into a marriage and into doing marriage God's way, it's much easier and more obtainable
for the other stuff
than to obtain millions and millions of dollars.
Absolutely.
And so, please, and it's so much more rewarding. And then if you do reach that, you want to have that and share that with someone you love and you're in love with.
Yeah.
As opposed to reaching it and then now you end up in a divorce, tearing up your family, and please don't get me going down the road of what divorce does to children. Because when you say that, your mind immediately thinks about little children.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. But when I think about what divorce does to little children, I'm talking about 45, 50-year-old married people who experienced divorce when they were young.
Absolutely.
And it's spilling out into their adulthood, into their adult life, and into their marriage.
Yeah.
And it's tearing marriages up. So I always like to start with something inspirational. So here's a different way of looking at your marriage. If marriage is an opportunity, benefit from it. If marriage is beauty, admire it. If marriage is a dream, realize it. If marriage is a challenge, meet it. If marriage is a duty, complete it. If marriage is a game, play it. If marriage is a promise, fulfill it. If marriage is sorrow, overcome it. If marriage is a song, sing it. I wanted to sing right there. If marriage is a struggle, accept it. If marriage is a tragedy, confront it. If marriage is an adventure, dare it. If marriage is luck, make it. If marriage is too precious, do not destroy it. And if marriage is life, fight for it.
Good stuff.
Hey, come on. Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that should encourage everybody out there.
Yeah.
That means no matter what's going on in your marriage, there's a positive way to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Take on the challenge. Make it happen. Do whatever you have to do to fight for it. I almost put in this show, some things that you want to do, when your marriage is at a point where you're about to experience divorce, or maybe infidelity by one of the spouses, and some of the things to do and some of the things to not destroy, because I won't go down the road totally. Maybe we'll do it on another show. But you think about it, when you get hurt, by the closest person to you, your mate, and if it may be infidelity or whatever has caused the marriage to get to that point, the pain that you experience is so deep that it causes you to do and say things that in turn are even more detrimental to the possibility of the marriage recovering. Okay? And so, for example, if a husband, if he stepped outside of his marriage, we know that there are marriages that have overcome something like that with true repentance, true turning to God, truly, refocusing and getting back to marriage God's way, and they have overcome that and went on to have a flourishing marriage. But if at that time when that happens, if the person that was done to, if they get so mad that they go and start saying certain things and telling certain people and just running them down, like it's in there, telling the children and running them down to the children and things like that, then it can become so damaging that now that damage is outside of their home as well, and that damage is into their children as well, because you can keep that from your children and try to recover, and you may be able to save them. We do know, I know of couples that have experienced certain things in their marriage, and their kids are in a really good state. Those couples stayed together. Now, their marriage per se in and of itself is not in a great state, because they've never been really able to recover fully from that. The trust issues and things have never really been able to recover fully in their marriage. But because they stayed together and they both love their children and they don't speak bad about one another, their children are in a great state, or in a whole state.
Mm-hmm. I won't say whole, but I was saying in a better place.
Yeah, in a better place. And so there are some things that are worth fighting for, even for the sake of your children, because those lives are very important.